God damn. All right. Fuck. I got low frequency today, bro. I don't even know why. Okay. It was a fucking good ass day yesterday. Woke up, had a good ass workout. Did you work out? Marshall. Yesterday. You're embarrassing me, bro.
Mm. I got home at 2. I still hit the gym one more this morning, and I came back at 2.
I don't know why people do that.
What?
This whole idea of like, bro, let me stay.
Make it happen.
No, no, no. I don't understand people that are like, bro, let me stay up late to go get this work done that I could do tomorrow. You know what I mean?
No, wait, what? What'd you say?
Like, let me go stay up later to get work done that I could do tomorrow. Yeah.
Till 2 a.m. Like at night? Yeah.
Bro, I would say get better at like time management. 1 a.m.? Huh?
I mean, hey, but he also does have a goal. He also does have a goal to finish it by the 15th. So like that's why he's kind of on that shit, you know? Like
Super,
he
bro.
did say by the 15th, the whole academy has to be built out.
Yeah.
So it has to be done. Yeah, I feel you.
I don't
But
know.
hey, just sacrifice some sleep, bro. Fuck it. I slept at 2 a.m., bro. I was fucking up all night. Texting my girl. I still woke up for the gym,
Hey, hey,
bro.
hey. But the difference is he still woke up for the gym
Yep.
and he said, bro, yesterday I went home at bro, I got out of my girl's house at like 11:30, right? And my car was towed.
Was told?
Yeah. Bro, I accidentally parked in some reserve place. So I was like, bro, how'd I get it back? I called up the people that towed it. I was like, yo, get my
He
car back.
comes home and then he fucking tells, like they're asking why was he so late, and he's like, "Oh, my car got towed." I was thinking it's just an excuse because he was out with his girl, and then he's like, "Check the bank account."
No, it
They
was
took like
actually
$400 out.
yeah, it was like for Western fucking toy company, whatever the fuck. Like I was like, bro, what the fuck? The guy was like, "What'd you do?" I was like, bro, I was parked in a reserve. And I was like, can I be honest? Like, I don't even blame them, bro. I would go tow that car too. Like the fuck. I pay for that spot. I wasn't irritated. Anyways, all right. Let's lock in. Y'all got pen and paper, you got notes. Eddie, busy? All right, bet. All right, so this is how to become a nasty fucking manager, how to go and fucking lead people at the highest level, right? This isn't how to go become an owner. It's dead ass how to become a nasty manager. Uh, where's Zuber? Noah, can you bring that purple phone stand? Anyways, so if you're dealing with humans, if you're dealing with people, if you're dealing with individuals, at some point you're gonna try to influence them to do something you want them to do, right? This is like going into the coffee shop. You have to go manage the person to make sure that they take out the coffee like how you want it, right? So by some point in your life, when you're dealing with human beings, you have to go manage them. That's what managing means. When you're dealing with employees, you want to align them to get the product you want, right? So what does that mean? That means you have to, all arrows need to be pointing in the same direction. When you go launch a company, every single individual in that company needs to know that, yo, this is the vision, this is the goal. For example, when I do fulfillment, right, it's my responsibility to make sure that Noah and Zubair have the same vision as me when it comes to how I want them to fulfill the students, right? If not, then what happens is there's going to be counterintentions and it's going to slow the system down, right? So you want to make sure that they're very, very clear on where you're trying to go or what product you're trying to get out of them, right? Especially when it comes to corporate and you have these people that are doing like huge projects and you need it done by a certain amount of time, right? Everything needs to be correlated, the vision needs to be there, and you have to make sure like, yo, they're getting the product out. So if you want someone to do something and they don't do it, right? What do? Well, first off, you got to figure out why they're not going to do it. There's four reasons generally why somebody like an employee or somebody that you manage isn't going to do what you tell them to do. First off, they don't know how to do it, right? Or they're not motivated. So what does that mean? Your job as a manager is to train or motivate people. If you're like every single day, if you're not training or motivating people, that means as a manager, you are not doing your job. And this is for every single company out there, even at McDonald's. When you have a manager, you're either training people or you're motivating people, right? So, as a manager, you have to make sure that you're going out of your way. For example, did you review anyone's call yesterday? Perfect. We just implemented that?
I implemented it yesterday. They recorded them. We're gonna review them today.
Boom. That's amazing. So now you're training them, right? You already take care of the motivating. Like, bro, I know you motivate them every single day, which is good. That's your job as a manager to do that for, bro, your morning huddles, most of them with motivation, right?
Mhm.
So you're doing your job as a manager, right? To make sure the reason you want to motivate them is because a lot of people they don't want to go do the work, right? Nobody wants to go dial for 12 hours. You want to go align them back, bro. There's a bunch of fucking shit that happened from the moment they walked out of this office to the moment that they're coming back to this office. So you want to make sure they're aligned to like, yo, I don't give a fuck what happened fucking an hour ago, 5 hours ago, 10 hours ago. We're over here, we're gonna go make money. This is what I need from you.
Motivation is like
You know?
reassurance of what you want. Like
Right.
remind them, like what they're here
So,
for.
bro, why is this? Yo, that is not good. Hold on. I fucked up my notes. I literally fucked up my whole.
You can hit the back button.
Huh?
There's a back button.
There was a back button. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Sorry about that. My whole notes was like fucked up. Anyways, so yeah, you're supposed to train them and or motivate them, right? Next, most people just want to know, oh fuck, this is yeah, the job. Dude, my notes are all fucked up. Give me 1 second. Fuck, I'm out of ethics, bro. I know, bro. I'm out of ethics. It's because right before this, I was doing a bunch of fucking changes to this shit. All right. The job of the manager is to motivate and or train. If you're not training or motivating, you're not being a good boss. That's the first two reasons. The other two reasons is one, they don't know that you want them to do that job, right? This doesn't really apply when it comes to like sales positions, because bro, as a sales rep, what are you supposed to? You got to go dial phone calls, set the deal, set, right? But let's say all of a sudden you go and implement calendar. Yo, I need calendars in my, I need you guys to put notes on my calendar. Okay. And they weren't doing that before. There's going to be a time where they're going to be like, well, shit, I didn't know I have to do that. Realistically, as a sales rep, you have to do that. Or a lot of new people, they're going to come in and they'll be like, oh, well, I didn't know that I had to go record my phone calls. Right. So it's your job as a manager to know, okay, so this guy just doesn't know that he had to do that, which is okay. Right. Or lastly, number four, which is the most common reason why people are not going to go do what you want them to do, is the fact that they do not see the value in it. So for the longest time, I had to go motivate you guys on how to go do your production sheets or why you should go do your production sheets every single day. The reason that you guys didn't do it wasn't because you guys didn't want to do it or you guys didn't know how to do it. I'm guarantee you guys, every single one of you guys knew exactly how to go fill out your production sheets, right? It's just because you guys didn't see the value in it. And the only reason that the agency owners weren't like so strict about like, yo, go do your production sheet right now is because they didn't see the value in it. They didn't know why they had to go motivate their people, right? So the most common reason that people are not going to do what you want them to do, and you're going to see this a lot, is because they're not going to see the value in why they have to do it, right? Kevin, when I told you, like showed you the Mac and all that kind of stuff, right? How motivated were you to go make sure that every single one of your people are filling out their production sheets every single day?
Like, are we talking about now or before?
No, like when I started implementing production sheets, and
Yeah.
then I was like, I hopped on a meeting with your whole team, and then I showed you Mac,
Yeah.
and I showed you numbers, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh shit, bro, these are like inaccurate.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like it's
It,
insane.
it looked like you guys like did like a high like sky rise of like last week. That wasn't the case. You guys didn't do your production sheet.
Yeah. Like I
Back
wanna show you guys this. This is Eddie. This is the difference between when you when somebody doesn't and when somebody does see the value in something, right? Let me show you. Yeah, give me 1 second. Boom. So this is like phone calls, right? Wiggling. You see this over here?
That's not accurate.
Bro, it's not that his agency was only making like $500 a day. It's just because you guys didn't see the value to the production sheet, so this is what it looked like. And all of a sudden, the moment that he was like, "Oh shit, I need to go and make sure that these people go." Like I helped you out with Mac yesterday. You were talking to a marketing guy. Well, what numbers did you need? Yeah. ROI, how much money you spent, how many deals closed, how many demos were conducted, this, that, and the third. Now you see the value of why I fill those check sheets out every single week? Geraldo. Super. Right? The moment he saw the value in it, dude, now it's accurate. So that's what you want to do. Most of the time, you have to tell them, like, hey, this is why you have to go and do it. Right? For example, there's going to be a point. Go ahead. There's gonna be a point where some you guys are gonna be like, hey, you have to go every time you set an appointment, you have to take them to the appointment section in the pipeline. Once it closes, you have to take them to the close section on the pipeline, right? Once that's implemented, I guarantee you guys, most of you guys aren't gonna do it. Not because you guys are lazy, it's because you guys don't see the value in it. But if I came up to you, Adrian, and I was like, hey man, if you when you move it to the appointment set, and then if the deal doesn't close, you take it to, failed. And if it does close, you take it to the close section. Guess what? I could go run better marketing because I have better data and better numbers to work with, which puts more qualified leads in front of you. Because now we know exactly what our target audience is. How much more is that going to motivate you? Because now you see the value on why you have to do it. Like, do you think you're going to go and like move it to the appointment set section? Of course. Why? Because I told you the value in it. As a manager, you don't want to just, if you're a shitty manager, just go make fucking rules and have your people like nag them every single day. Do it, do it, do it, do it. As a good manager, you want to go show the value on why they have to do it, right? Biggest thing, tell them why it's important to them, right? Because if it's important to me, it doesn't matter. But if it's important to you, then it does. Where's Sebastian? Sebastian, you started filling out your production sheets, right? Before that, you weren't very consistent with it. The moment that you became consistent with it, we had a conversation, right? And I was like, bro, what's your close rate, this, that, and the third, right? When you told me the numbers, I was like, let's go double check it. How much more valuable do you think it was now that you were actually keeping track of your numbers? Way more valuable. Do you know what your thing is? Your close rate now? Bro, I would recommend getting those numbers. It's way better now. Because before it was pretty bad. It was like 5 demos, you get one close. I guarantee you now you got like maybe every 3 demos. You get one close, right? But now he saw the value. He's like, oh shit, if I keep track of my numbers, I'm gonna know exactly what my close rate percent, how many demos I have to put up. So what is that gonna do? Oh shit. All I have like somebody's on a demo with Gerardo, who cares? Bro, all I gotta do is put 3 people in front of him, one of them is gonna close. Right. Riley, you're starting to make a fuck ton of money now. Bro, I recommend tracking your numbers. How many people do I have to put in front of Kevin and Abe for me to go make money? Once you have that number, guess what? When there's a demo in front of Kevin and Nate, you really think you're gonna give a shit about it? Hell no, right? So they have to see the value. Now, there's like a there's a 3-step process or 3 reasons now how to basically break all of this down. So number one is you have to communicate expectations as a manager, right? How do you do that? It's 3 steps. The first thing is you have to go communicate with them as in tell them what the expectation is. Yo, this is what I want from you. The second thing is you want to repeat that, right? Yo, this is exactly how I want it done. The third thing, and it's the most important, is you want to go document it. For example, if I was a manager at Kevin's team and I had those morning huddles, right? I could tell you who's on. I could say, be like, Carlo, what's your bro? How many calls you gonna make? Oh, I'm gonna make like 100 phone calls. Okay, how many demos are you gonna put up? Oh, I'm gonna put like 3 demos. Okay, how many majors are you gonna get? Oh, I'm gonna get like 1 major. Okay, cool, right? I communicated, I got the expectation, you gave me a commitment, right? Now I have to go document it. Yo, Carlo, go drop it in the group chat that you're gonna do this. Now it's documented. Now you can't go back on your words. A lot of successful people, especially when it comes to, brokers, what they normally tell you is that successful people don't call as much as they text. They're really fast at texting, as in if you text them, bro, they're gonna reply really quickly. But they like that better. You know why? Because you can't go back on fucking text. You can't go delete it, delete the message. Once you say it, it's set in stone. But if I say it over the phone call, guess what? The moment I hang up, that's just not documented, right? So what that does for me as a manager is I'm able to keep you accountable. If I go up to Zubair or if I go up to Noah and I'm like, hey, Noah, what I need you to do is I need you to go and make sure that there's a summary of every single conversation you have with the prospects, with the clients that we have, right? And I'll show you exactly how to do it the proper way. That's my second communication. And then I document it, right? How do I document it? Bro, I'm gonna hop on a Zoom meeting, I'm gonna break it down to you. Right? Now it's documented. Now you know exactly how to do it. I'm gonna go send over that video to you. If you don't do it properly, bro, well, guess what? You messed up because it's documented. So you know exactly how to do it. And if you don't, you could go watch the video on how to do it. Right? So you have to document it. So that's the first thing, right? You have to communicate expectation. The second thing is training, right? Do they know the task? Or do they know how to do the task? I could go tell you, yo, no, Riley, do you know how to let's say we implemented notes in the calendar. Do you know how to do that?
Do, but I'll say no right now.
You said
Oh, yeah.
you know how to do it. Okay, perfect. There's gonna be somebody in here that's gonna be like, well, shit, I don't know how to do it. Right. Well, how do I go record my phone calls? You know? Every single one of you guys knows how to record your phone calls? Like without it saying like, oh, this call is being recorded. All right, perfect. Right. There's gonna be some people that are gonna be like, well, how do I do it? Because I don't want to say, oh, this phone call is being recorded. There's apps that you could download just and the third. That's how you train them, right? So just because you say a task doesn't mean they're gonna go do it. That you have to make sure that they know how to go do that task, right? Uh, how do you do that, bro? You go fucking sit down with them. You're like, bro, let's run it like twice. If I'm working with Noah, I'm like, bro, let's go. I'm gonna show you how to make the client database twice. I'm gonna go record it and I'm gonna go send that over to you. So you know exactly how to do it. What is that? That's me training them up. The third thing is going to be incentive. You have to incentivize your people. For example, Noah, do you think you would go tap people if you weren't getting paid for it? Hell no. When you were doing, when Zubair told you to do a cross check, right? Cross check, WhatsApp to Notion cross check. What was our response? What was me and Mukadir's response?
What?
To go do the cross check. Yeah.
What's that?
So that's not, yeah. We said that's not your job.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
Now, if Zubair would have came up to you and be like, hey, bro, I know you're doing the fucking tapping people and you're doing onboardings and all that kind of stuff, right? I'll give you like $250. Go do that. How, like, bro, you think you would have done that? Hell yeah, 100%. Chona, what does she do for you again? Tracks all of your, she does a financial track. Do you pay her? Do you think she'd be eager to actually go do it if you didn't pay her?
no, she.
Hell no, right? And if she was gonna do it, guess what? She was gonna do it a lot slower. I was talking to what's it called? A web developer, because our last one did a really horrible job and we blew a fuck ton of money on him, right? And that guy was like, look, if you guys paid me the amount of money that you guys paid the other guy, I would have gave you the website in like 3 days. Why? Because you got to go incentivize people to do the work. You pay somebody more money, guess what? They're gonna put more effort and energy into that task, right? There's a big correlation to how much effort somebody puts in and how much money they get back. Uh, and the most common answer, by the way, when you tell somebody to do a task, for example, if I go tell you to do a task and you know you're not getting incentivized for it and you don't see the value in it, you know what the most common answer is? I don't have the time. Well, bro, if I give you $10,000, you're probably gonna have the time, right? 100%. So that's gonna be the most common answer. So that's why you have to go incentivize your people to go do the task to go get the product that you want, right? Again, this is more in the business sense where you're creating products, right? Where I have like you have a vision. I have to go create Notion to make sure that there's a client database. I'm gonna go have him do that. And a sales aspect is very repetitive, as in you come in, you repeat the same thing again and again and again and again, right? So there's not a lot of incentive. But when we first started Elysium, right, the only closer that we had was Zach. What does that mean? That means we relied a lot on Zach. Because if he wasn't here, guess what? There isn't a lot of people that are gonna go close. All of a sudden, Tony came in and Tony started smacking a fuck ton of deals. So what do? We were like, yo, Zach, if you go train up Tony, every deal he closes after that in Elysium will give you 2.5%. And what do? He turned Tony into a nasty ass fucking closer. Now, if we didn't incentivize Zach, would you have went and trained up Tony if he didn't incentivize you? Probably not as well, right? But you got to go incentivize your people to go get the product that you want. The moment that he trained up Tony, guess what? Now we're out of like now we're not relying on Zach as much anymore. But we have to go incentivize him to be like, oh shit, I'm getting paid to do this. Let me go make sure I do a good job. You incentivize Eddie like a fuck ton, like a lot. But it also helps you out a lot at the end because you're getting a product out of him again and again and again and again. Right? So a good manager goes and incentivizes people to go get the product that he wants.
Value for value.
Value for value or devalue, right? Most people just want to know why they have to do something because if they don't, it just seems like labor camp work. It's useless work, right? So you have to go put the value in it. But this is like part one. There's gonna be a part two that I'm gonna do tomorrow. That's some long fucking energy, bro. Bro, I wish Eddie was here. I don't know why Eddie just left. This was generally, this was, this was made for him.
What?
This whole presentation.
What you broke down?
Mm-hmm.
It's recorded, right?
Who's the only, yeah, hell yeah. Who's the only one that's being a, by the way, Elysium got their Elysium agencies. We finally got our first manager. Eddie.
Yep.
Eddie Orenda.
Yesterday.
Yo, Zach, when are you gonna get your manager, bro? When are you gonna get your manager? Alex.